Talk to me a little bit about what's going on right now. I know softball and baseball is real good.
Yeah, softball, they had their senior night last night. Game didn't go kind of how we wanted the outcome, but man, it was a great turnout, and it was just awesome to see those young ladies, those 5 seniors, to be sent off the Jasper way. It was a packed house, and, girls competed really, really good. I think the game was 3-2 about halfway through, and then had a rough inning in there. But it was like I was impressed. I was extremely impressed with how we competed, and just I listened to all the words that were said. The young ladies got an opportunity to speak or to pre-record videos before the game, and that was played for everybody. And it was just awesome, the words they had to say and the experiences they had since they've been in Jasper playing softball.
Nice. Very cool. So talk to me a little bit about what's going on with junior high.
Okay, so right now I've been down to our junior highs for the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I can tell you there's about, in the boys athletic class, there's roughly 90 student athletes in the 7th and 8th grade.
Wow.
That'll be 8th graders coming to us next year's 9th graders, class 2030. And then 7th graders going to 8th grade, so class of 2031. That's a huge plus right there. Those are big numbers. Those are real big numbers. And so because they're all in the same athletic period, a couple days a week we lift. I actually got to go to the Alamo the other day. That was awesome.
What?
I unlocked the gate right there and was able to walk in. Like I said, there's not a better venue in Southeast Texas than the Alamo. I mean, it's historic. And so, but the kids had a good time. We got to run around, do some stuff on the field. I wanted to get them out of the gym, and then I wanted to get them out of the weight room area. And so, but it's really been, I've started to see them catch on more and more to what our traditions, are and what the expectations are. And when they come over to high school now, they'll be more prepared to be dogs, and that's the goal. Been down to the girls' athletic period one time because it's the same time as my high school football athletic period. Okay. So it's been extremely difficult to, get down there. But the girls down there got it going on. I mean, Miss Joy, Coach Joy down there, Hildebrandt, she does an outstanding job. All those coaches down there do a great job of getting the numbers up and, getting them being competitive. So they're also in the stage of the year where they're in the off season. So I'm really excited about both the male and female student athletes that are coming into the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade next year.
What was the numbers again?
I don't know what exactly the girls are, but 7th and 8th graders in athletics right now, there's 88 boys that are in that 8th period class. And that's 7th and 8th grade. Those are good numbers.
That's the problem is in rural America, though, is you're always bumping up against just small numbers of participants.
That's exactly right.
If we can increase that, and I think the more the energy of this administration, if you will, I think as that thing continues to get out there, I think people are responding. I mean, I think the response in the kids are like, okay, now I see where we're going.
Definitely. Matter of fact, that brings me. So this coming Monday, the 20th of April, at 5:30 in the high school auditorium, we're going to have a class of 2030 male and female student athlete parent meeting right there in the auditorium. Immediately following that, at 7 o'clock, is going to be the class of 2031, which will be incoming 8th graders, and class of 2032, which will be incoming 7th graders, male and female parent meetings. So as many parents can come out to that. There's going to be a lot of information given out. We'll give out the summer calendars, just go over, different guidelines and what the expectations are. You can ask all the questions you want to ask, but I'm excited about that parent meeting, and that's why I had them on the same night, but 2 different times. That way, freshmen, we can focus on them first and then go the incoming 7th and 8th graders.
No doubt. I mean, everything with what you're doing is all about buy-in.
Yeah.
And as long as everybody's seeing the vision of where this thing is going, the buy-in is going to be huge, I think. I think it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, and we've even had some 8th graders and 7th graders come over after school and come to our voluntary, workouts for the high school kids. We had 44 kids here yesterday working out after school. 6 or 7 of them were junior high kids, and 37, 38 of them were high school kids. So those numbers are growing because the buy-in is spreading. It's spreading like wildfire.
Sure. So what is the date again on that?
It's going to be Monday, Monday, April the 20th, this coming Monday. 5:30 is incoming freshman, class of 2030. And then 7 o'clock is going to be incoming 7th and 8th graders, class of 2031, class of 2032. And it's going to be in the high school auditorium.
Very cool. Anything else you want to put out to the public right now?
Just talk about baseball briefly. I mean, last night took on Little Cypress from Eastville. Was ahead of them early, 3-1, 3-0, I think. And then, like I said, about 5th inning, 6th inning, it was 3-3. And then had a couple rough innings, end up losing 6-3. But I've seen the boys' baseball team, play against some of the best. And when we play at our best, we're as good as anybody. It's just a matter of finishing games. The pitching's been good. The errors have been to a minimum. It's just we're just literally a couple of plays away from getting over that hump. And so I know they got 3 games left. The back end of this week with LCM is at LCM, and then you finish with West Orange Stark next week. So want to finish out 3-0, and that'd be outstanding for our program.
No doubt. And I mean, sometimes it really is fine tuning. It's just getting in there and fine tuning the game because or fine tuning the strategies, if you will. To me, I think this is where a lot of people talk about discipline. Yep. You have some discipline, some elements that are just calibrated just right, to take this thing to a whole nother level. Well,
I believe this. You find out what people's character really is because you think about it. I don't know if they're mathematically eliminated or not yet, but, have not had a district win to this point. You got 3 games left. How motivated are you? How much are you willing to sacrifice still for the team, for yourself to go 3-0? And so look forward to competing at Little Cypress on Friday, go 1-0, and then 2-0, and then 3-0. But it says something to these guys and coaches that they're able to compete like they are at the point in the season they are with the record being what it is. Because they've had some tough breaks. I mean, really have had some tough breaks. But I'm extremely proud of those guys because of how they have competed to this point.
Nice. Good deal. Coach, I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. And again, want to thank the community for coming out to senior night for softball. That was really awesome. And always the support of the baseball team and all of our functions. But anything that you feel like you want to reach out, ask questions, I'm always available. And thank you for everything. Jay's up, go Dogs. Family on 3.